The search trends for the month of March. That's our Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Google is trends expert Mia Nicholson East. Hi, Mia.
Hi, Fred. Thanks for having me today.
Pleasure. So, starting out, we can take a look at the top search trends in entertainment, and the Academy Awards, I guess, took center stage.
Absolutely. Everyone was tuned in for the 96th Annual Academy Awards. And it seems that Ryan Gosling was the talk of the town. He was the top searched red carpet look, and his performance of I'm Just Ken from the Barbie movie was the top searched performance from that night as well.
And beating out Billie Eilish, right? And and others.
Exactly. I was a little surprised by that, but honestly, if you saw the performance, you can kind of understand why.
Lots of fun there. And of course, there were other searches related to the winners and even some of the representation and the speeches, etc.
Absolutely. We saw a huge spike in the search for publicist and what is a publicist after Davine Joy Randolph's acceptance speech, where she thanked her publicist. We saw a spike of over 4,900%, which we thought was really cool.
Interesting. In the culture category, spring break, I guess, related searches were a big trend.
Absolutely. Everyone is gearing up to travel, or some people are just looking to figure out what can they do to spend their spring break right where they are. We're seeing that Aruba and Mexico are two top trending destinations for spring break this year. But we're also seeing that there's a lot of really cool activities that people are interested in, such as paintball and paint and sip, going to the zoo, movies, and even escape rooms as well.
And that might be parents looking for things to do with the kids, I guess, during spring break.
Exactly. Maybe not everyone wants to travel this time, so wanting to keep everybody a little active and a little busy.
Of course, St. Patrick's Day got some attention too. What were some of the searches related to that?
I thought it was really cool to see that not only were people looking for ways to participate in St. Patrick's Day this year, we saw top trending searches of St. Patrick's Day activities or St. Patrick's Day coloring pages and parade routes. But we also found that people were looking to understand the meaning of St. Patrick's Day as well.
Cool. Well, in the science category, there was interest in the phrase super commuters, not supercomputers, but super commuters. Tell me about it.
Exactly. We saw the search for supercommuter definition spike over 1,200%. People are just trying to understand what exactly is this thing? What is a supercommuter? How is it that people supercommute and how do people get involved in it? I think people are just interested in the concept. So it was pretty interesting to see that pop up this month.
Do we know what triggers these trends at all? Things like that, or
I think it really varies, but I think the cool thing about Google Trends that you can always go to google.com/trends and see in real time as these things kind of spike by city, by state, or across the country to see kind of where people's interests lie.
for instance, also trending were personality tests.
Yes, I thought that one was really interesting. Some people are looking to learn a little bit more about themselves in the scientific personality test category. So, the Myers-Briggs personality test, the Enneagrams, and also the Big Five personality test as well. But some people are also learning to kind of look into some of those more fun kind of cake personality types. And I thought that was really interesting.
Okay, well, sports, and of course, dominating March is madness.
I don't think we can even talk about March without talking about March Madness. Obviously, Caitlin Clark is a big topic. We saw a huge spike in interest of her, but also people are just looking to learn a little bit more about the sport. We see a huge spike every March in the term Cinderella team. I think people just want to understand, who's coming out on top and who are we looking to expect new things from. But also, people just want to know what's the average score of a game for both men and women, which is always really interesting to find. So we found that it's about 75 points for a men's game and about 70 points for a women's game.
And earlier in the month, I suppose people were doing a lot of those searches trying to come up with brackets. And
Absolutely. People wanted to know who was going to be in March Madness so they could start figuring out, who they could start putting in their bracket.
what about the food category this month?
Well, in March we do have Pie Day, so we saw a huge spike in the research for pie recipes. So I think the number one was actually chicken pot pie, which I'm not surprised by. Chicken pot pie, shepherd's pie, we saw apple pie in there. We also saw a lot of research for key lime pie, which also led to a huge spike in key lime pie cookie recipes as well, which I believe is over 130%, which is really cool to see. I think it kind of ties in. Everyone's looking for a little sweet treat to celebrate the holiday.
And in odd news, there was a spike in searches for how to make new friends as an adult.
I know, I know. I mean, it gets harder as you get older. Everyone's looking for making more connections. I think post Valentine's Day, the move from romantic relationships to friendships is what people were kind of thinking on. We saw a huge spike in search for how to make new friends. It rose over 110% this month. And then people were also searching Bumble BFF, which is just like the dating app, but for friends. And it spiked over 150%. So people are just looking to make more connections. I think they could probably use some of those personality tests they're learning about themselves to find some new friendships as well.
We could use more friendliness, right? So,
Exactly. No
so
harm in
for
that.
for more info, once again, Mia, where should people head?
People can always head to google.com/trends to just see what's the latest and greatest and what everybody's searching for.
Mia Nicholson East, thanks for spending time with us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, this. It takes a lot of listening to build a better radio, and that's just what the folks at C. Crane have done. Bob Crane and his crew, nestled among the rivers and tallest trees in the world in Fortuna, California, have made a habit of listening to their customers. And that's just what they've done in building the CC Skywave SSB, the Swiss Army knife of portable radios. For everyday listening to AM or FM in the yard or patio or on the nightstand, without having to drain a mobile phone battery, it's a great companion. But it is also a companion equipped for NOAA weather information and alerts that can be life-saving. You can listen to FEMA and Coast Guard transmissions too. Beyond all of that, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. It's compact, easy to take with you, and built to last. The CC Skywave SSB. Click on the link at Techstination.com.